Hey, what's up? It's Patrick. It's Rose via Fire. And I pray this message reaches who it needs to reach. So let's talk about immerse yourself in worship. So you got people, right? Let me just start off this message like this. Matter of fact, I'm gonna use my life as an example. So when it comes to worshiping God, one thing I started to realize is that when you worship God, you kind of gotta immerse yourself into the worship, bruh. It's like the best way I could explain it is like you can't be from the outside looking in when it comes to worship. You know what I'm saying? When you really like trying to really worship God, you gotta immerse yourself into the worship. It's like you almost gotta be, bro. I don't know how to break it down, but the right word that I could think of, you gotta immerse yourself into the worship. Sometimes when we worship, it's like we trying to like be from the outside looking in. So you worshiping God. You in the window of your house worshiping God, looking outside. Man, if think of it like this. Let's say worshiping God was outside, right? I'm just using an example. Let's say worshiping God was outside. Why are you in the window of your house looking outside worshiping God when you could just go outside and immerse yourself in the worship? Does that make sense? Why are we worshiping God from a distance and from a viewer perspective instead of worshiping God from a person who actually is participating in the worship perspective? You gotta immerse yourself in the worship, bro. You know what I'm saying? And there was times where I'm like, bro, why sometimes my worship is not hitting? I wasn't immersed in the worship, bro. Why don't I feel the presence of God when I worship? You probably ain't immersed into the worship, bro. You in the window looking out. You ain't outside where the worship is. You gotta go right into where the worship is. You have to go into the worship, right? It's like it's almost like a mental switch, and it's like a heart type switch, and it's like a switch in your spirit. You gotta turn them switches on so you could immerse yourself into the worship. It's kind of hard to explain, bro, but I'm trying to break it down, bro. Cause man, a few days ago, I'm immersing myself into the worship, and I'm like, yo, I feel the worship now. I feel the worship. What's going on? It's like before I was worshiping from a perspective of I'm outside looking in. But when you stop doing from the outside looking in and you actually go into the worship, bruh, that's when you feel the worship. That's when you feel the power of God. That's when you feel the worship working. It's like you gotta surrender when you worship God. You gotta surrender your entire being to God. Some people is worshiping God from the outside looking in. They not fully surrendered into the worship. You gotta fully surrender into the worship, bro. You gotta fully immerse yourself, your entire heart, your entire mind, your entire soul, your entire spirit into the worship, bro. Because you worshiping God, bro. You got to immerse your entire mind, your entire heart, your entire soul, your entire being into the worship. Don't you know how many people don't know about this? They from the outside looking in trying to worship God. That's like worshiping God in Photoshop, bro. These people is worshiping God in their rear view mirror. That's like worshiping God on a screen in the rear view mirror, in a reflection. Bro, you got people worshiping God in Photoshop, through Windows, all type of stuff, bro. You gotta go into the worship, bro. You got people window worshiping God from the peephole. If you see where the worship is, you go into the worship. You don't be in the peephole trying to worship God and through the windows. I'm using these as metaphors. Of course, you could be inside your home and worship God, but these are metaphors. These peepholes and windows and rear view mirrors and mirrors, these are all metaphors for those internal switches, bro. It's switches you gotta turn on in your heart. You gotta turn on that mental switch or something. There's a certain door you gotta open up in your mind, in your heart, in your spirit, in your soul, so you could fully surrender into worship, bruh. That's what I'm trying to say, bruh. You gotta fully surrender into worship, bruh. And if you don't fully surrender into worship, it's not gonna hit. Trust me, you're gonna be worshiping from the outside looking in. It ain't never gonna hit. It ain't never gonna hit because you gotta fully immerse yourself into the worship. If you're listening to the worship music, hey, bruh, sometimes you're listening to the right worship song, you gotta fully immerse yourself into the worship song and truly worship God, bro. The key word here is you gotta surrender, you gotta fully immerse yourself, bruh. You could tell, this is an interesting perspective, but let's say you got like two people singing for God. Are both those people immersed into what they singing for God? Or is one person mind wandering off into the next Taco Bell they about to eat? Like, you could really almost see it. Have you ever seen some people singing like gospel and they look like they don't even want to be there, bruh? Hey, bruh, I know I'm not the only one who be looking at things, bro. You ever seen some people singing worship song? They look like they don't even want to be singing the worship song. Hey, they look like they about to go play Xbox after this, man. They look like they don't even want to be there, bruh. These people they don't look, man, these people, hey, bruh, you ever seen people singing worship song? They look depressed as hell. They look mad as hell to be there. God is great. God is awesome. Man, these people look mad as hell, look depressed. Hey, these people is not immersed into the worship. It's like sometimes you could even tell, bruh. Sometimes you could fully tell if somebody's immersed into the worship or not. Man, these people look angry as hell, look mad as hell to be there. God is awesome. God is good. Man, these people look mad as hell. I'm trying to tell you. And then when God looks at these people's hearts, God is going to judge these people different. Okay, that person's heart was immersed in worship. That person's heart was not. God sees through these things so easily. You cannot fool God, bro. You cannot deceive God. You might as well be honest with God. Be like, hey, God, I don't really want to fully immerse myself into worship, bro. I'm going to be real with you. I don't even want to be here, bro. Man, I want to be eating like Taco Bell right now. I want to be playing COD right now. I don't even want to be worshiping you right now, bro. I want to be playing COD. I want to be playing a video game. I want to be playing Fortnite, man. I want to be eating food, bro. I do not want to worship you right now. God will respect you more for keeping it real with him because you ain't fooling nobody, bro. You ain't fooling God because God see right through your worship. Some people is not immersed in worship, bro. What do you call a person who's not immersed in worship when they worship God? They are half worshiping God. Bro, these people is half worshiping God. They not doing it for real. They half, hey, bro. Hey, bro. Hey, these people is half worshiping. Yeah. Hey, bro. I'm trying to not say that word, but I feel like at this point, bro, there's no other way to say it, bro. So I'm going to just keep it real with you. These people is half-assed in worship, bro. I don't think you could even, like, find another way to say that. You know what I'm saying? How can you say that in any other way? Well, you could probably say these people is half-heartedly worshiping God. But it's, you know, in my personal perspective, it's not going to have the same impact and charisma. You know what I'm saying? It ain't going to have none of that. So, hey, I'm just going to say these people is half-assed in worship. It's over with, bro. It's over with. I'm trying to tell you, you got to immerse yourself in worship, bro. Hey, these people giving God like a certain percentage of worship. How much percentage are you giving God in worship? How much percentage of your worship and of yourself are you giving to God in worship? Some people giving God 5% effort in worship. Some people giving God 25% in worship. Some people giving God 45% in worship. But when you immerse yourself in worship, you're giving God 100% in worship, bro. There's a difference between worshiping God and giving him 5%. And there's a difference when you worship God and give him 50% versus when you give him 100% in worship. There's obvious differences here, but that's basically what I wanted to say, bro. Immerse yourself in worship, bro. It'll change your worship life. I'm trying to tell you, it'll change your worship life. It'll change your prayer life. It'll change everything. Everything. It'll change everything. Hey, when you immerse yourself in worship, it will change your prayer life. It will change your everything. It will change your entire life. Hey, when you fully immerse yourself in worship, it will change your entire life. It will change you from head to toe, from here to there, from A through Z, from 1 to infinity, bro. Bro, come on, bro. When you fully immerse yourself in worship, it'll change your life. When you stop giving God all this 50% worship, bro, these people giving God 50% worship. Come on, bro. And then people be wondering why their life is not changing. People be wondering why their prayers is not impactful. Because you're giving God 50% worship. And then when you get 50% results, or when you get no results at all, I say that's so British, but look, when you don't give God, when you get 50% results, or when you get no results at all, now you're like, what's going on, God? What do you mean, what's going on, God? Please. But that's just basically everything I wanted to say, bro. Peace.